Time to look at another old version of macOS on another old Mac.
Hello and welcome to another Bite Size.
This is Byte Vibe.
Hello and welcome to another Byte Vibe video. I'm Michael and today I'll be installing macOS 10 Server on this late 2008 MacBook Pro. So let's get into it. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera. I misplaced my tripod, so the reason I'm installing macOS 10 Server, and this is 10.6 server, so Snow Leopard server, is just to do some testing. I like using older operating systems. I'm going to do some testing to see what ports my ISP allows, and I thought, why not just use Snow Leopard server, because it's nice and straightforward and easy to use. Well, I've used Leopard server before, so I thought I'd try Snow Leopard this time since this Mac supports Snow Leopard. So I'm just going into Disk Utility and I'm going to put it on to erase Macintosh HD, which is where I've currently got Leopard installed. And you don't have to go into Disk Utility with these older macOS installers. It will give you an option to erase and install, but I find it's better to do it this way so you're sure that you're not going to create issues by installing one version of Mac OS on top of another. So that's that done. So we're just going to close Disk Utility and open up, or rather continue to install. Agree to the license agreement, tell it the drive to install on, and we click Customize to see what options are available to us. All the options are ticked by default. Well, not all of the options are ticked by default, most of them are ticked. Let's just tick all of them for fun, because why not? We click OK and then we click Install. And that's going to take about 34 minutes, but possibly longer. So I'm going to cut to once it's installed. Unfortunately, I did not pay full attention, so I missed the short intro video that comes with Snow Leopard server. But here we are at the welcome screen. So, welcome. Mac OS 10 Server is the ideal server solution for small businesses, work groups, education, and enterprise IT departments. In just a few steps, you can register your Apple product, set up your server, and get started deploying standards-based workgroup and internet services. Start by selecting your country or region. So of course we're going to select the United Kingdom. And then it says, do you need instructions for setting up your server? To learn more, click the help button below. I do not need instructions, so we shall continue. Keyboard British, as you can see. Giveaways are the £sign and the shape of the enter/return key. So we continue. And now I need to go find the serial number. So now I've put in the serial number, we can click continue. And it's validating the serial number. Transfer an existing server. If you're replacing an existing Mac server, you can connect to it and transfer its information to this new server. You can also transfer information from another volume on this Mac or from a Time Machine backup. Well, we're gonna set up a new server because this is a new server. Just gonna skip the registration on this occasion. Okay, a few more questions. Please fill out the requested information. This information helps Apple understand customer needs and guides future product development. I wonder if this actually guided future product development, in that server has been discontinued and the later versions had less features. So I wonder if they actually used this information. So I'm just gonna fill this out for fun. So where will this server primarily be used? Home business. What best describes your organization? Web design. What type of clients will this server support? Mac OS 10, Windows, Linux. What services will this server host? Web and application host. Of course, that's just like a survey. It's not actually determining what services you're going to install, what features you're installing on the actual machine. So I'll just enter this information. So I've entered the information and we'll leave enable administrators to log in remotely using SSH and enable administrators to manage the server remotely. We'll leave those checked. Well, I like the little tooltips that come up. Enable access to this server via screen sharing and Apple Remote Desktop for users in the admin group. Enable access to this server via SSH for users in the admin group. So let's click continue, and it's getting network interfaces, and let's set up the airport. Okay, network name. Yeah, the default is perfectly fine. I think the default for this is also fine. Aha, now this is where we choose the services we want to enable. So they're all enabled, selected by default, and I'm going to untick allow users to back up to the server. I'm just going to leave this as the default, and let's click details. So it gives you a summary of everything that you've set up, and you can save the setup profile, and then let's also save the summary. And we click setup. Drinking a cup of tea. Let's see what the help says at this particular point. Absolutely nothing. Very helpful. Configuring services. So I will do a video about showing how some of the more notable features work from the client's perspective. Mainly the wiki server, which is something that I quite like when I used Leopard server. So I'm keen to see how it works in Snow Leopard. I can't remember if I've used Snow Leopard before. I don't think I have. I know for a fact I used Leopard because I used it on a Power Mac G5, which doesn't support Snow Leopard because there was no PowerPC version of Snow Leopard. Your server has been configured successfully. Enjoy using Mac OS X server. Go! Got to love the beautiful server version of the wallpaper. Let me just adjust the white balance on the camera to do it justice. And let's turn the brightness up. Oh, it is up. Okay, so that's it installed. So you can see the services. All of them are green, which shows they're enabled except for VPN. We've got a next steps PDF. which I will probably share a link to for anyone that wants to have a read of that. What else have we got? We've got the dock is quite different to your standard Snow Leopard. We've got Finder, Safari, which is standard. We've got server preferences, as well as the normal system preferences, server admin, workgroup manager, podcast composer, screen sharing, system image utility terminal, system preferences, preview, server, which has all these lovely applications inside, and downloads, which is of course empty. And yeah, so let's do about this Mac so you can see what we're running on. We're running version 10.6 and it's on a 2.53 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo, which is a Penryn family CPU. And if we go to more info, it tells you that it's a MacBook Pro 5.1. And if we go to graphics, it tells you that we've got the NVIDIA GeForce 9400M and the NVIDIA GeForce 9600M GT. So this is the low power card with 256 megabytes of VRAM. This is the more powerful card with 512 megabytes of VRAM, the dedicated GPU or DGPU. So I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and do my usual tweaks that I do whenever I install a new version of a new install of macOS. Gotta turn the dock magnification on, and I go to dock preferences, typically drop the size of the dock so the magnification is more noticeable. Let me make it slightly bigger. I always, on a Apple laptop, increase the tracking speed and enable tap to click, because I prefer tap to click on any laptop trackpad. What else do I normally do? I do date and time preferences. I prefer the 12-hour clock, and I prefer it to show the time with seconds and to show the date. I prefer my Finder to show hard drives and connected servers. So I've got Mavericks and Vista on this machine as well, which I'll show Vista working in a different video. So that's what I normally do when I set up a new Mac. And of course we're gonna do the obligatory software update to bring it to the latest version, just to make sure everything is working properly. It has a lot of fixes that are related to the server operating system. So this is not your normal 10.6.8 combo update. This is a server specific one which has quite a lot of fixes. So to avoid issues, I'm just gonna go ahead and install this now. Oh, we have iTunes. Gonna check that out first. What version of iTunes does this come with? And it is iTunes 8, and it's trying to tell us to download iTunes. Hold on a minute. It's 8.2.1 in brackets. It's trying to tell us to download iTunes 12, but this software update is going to install iTunes 10.6 for us. So I'm going to start that, and with that and the video once that is started. So let's go. Incorrect password. That's what I get for trying to type it in while holding the camera. Turns out caps lock was on. And there it goes, restarting to install the updates. So, thank you for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it. Oh yeah, so you can see Sonoma on my iMac late 2012 in the background. Let me know in the comments if you want to know how Sonoma runs for me, and if you want me to do a video about how Sonoma performs on my late 2012 iMac. This has been Michael on Byte Vibe. Take care and keep teching.
Thank you for watching Byte Vibe.